So, data. Well, let me tell you about one way to move rocks. If you had a quarantine project, mine was actually, I live in a rocky, downhill, no yard, backyard. So I started picking up some rocks and moving them around. Turns out that rocks get pretty big and pretty heavy quickly. And I learned this interesting fact, gave me an idea that any idiot can rent an excavator for a few $100s. Here's proof. And it turns out that I essentially went from working harder to smarter when I got that excavator because of that little data. We all know working harder versus smarter. You think I'm going to say, yeah, we should all work smarter. Hold that thought. So harder, yeah, 1 extra hour, you get 1 extra hour. That's good. It's great, actually. That's how you get a yard created. Smarter, even better. That time you spend figuring out about the excavator or other things, wow. I mean, not only do you do more work, but the whole project can expand. And in the government context, just to take one example, great outfit, Denver Peak Academy out of the city of Denver, they teach their employees how to innovate. And they've invested $4.8 million in the program, and they've saved $15 million over 4 years. So that time spent working on your job as opposed to working at your job is really valuable. Let me give you another concept we call working wiser. And so if you got sort of more time and effort versus better processes, what about better knowledge and judgment? What can you do with that? How does that stack up? Well, here's an example. First survey we ever did, where the data from that survey saved $7 million by changing what they knew about the decision. So that's a 1,000x return compared to a 3x return. It's kind of mind-boggling, and I was hooked at that point. So how does that work? Well, again, it's just better data for better decisions, shifting what you think the right decision is to what the right decision actually is. And in my case, I got one key piece of data when I started working on the yard, and that was to put in a trampoline. Who knew how great that was going to be during quarantine? And it was about the price of an excavator, a few $100. Amazing. Okay, so how is input going to be useful to you? This input data. There's the wiser what to do, and that's community preference. That's what we're talking about. Got to know what that is. And then there's also how to do it. There's facts and ideas and feedback that you can get from a broad base of people who might have some really localized knowledge that's helpful. Okay. 2 challenges to keep in mind, of course. 5 out of 4 Americans do not understand statistics. It's a fact. No, it's not a fact. It highlights that we're just not natural statisticians. And similarly, we're misled by what we see in front of us with our own eyes. The great Chico Marx said when he was caught cheating in a movie, well, who are you going to believe, me or your own eyes, right? So, of course, we're going to believe the voices we're hearing and seeing and right in front of us, and it's going to feel like the whole world, but it's not. And that's really important.